Welcome into That Damn Fantasy Show. I'm Paul Catalina alongside Caroline Wolff. And Caroline, we are losers.
I'm half
Both
a
of
loser.
us. You're half a loser?
Half a loser.
Half a loser. So you're half a loser. I'm a full loser.
You're a full loser.
2 weeks in a row.
In a row.
In a row. Which means that, like, maybe I, like, do I need to start
Are you taking your own advice or you're not taking your own advice?
I'm taking my own advice. I think
Oh,
that's part of the problem. Part of the problem in a couple leagues is that I have pretty solid teams, but bye weeks and injuries have kind of intersected, and I've also played some of the better teams in the league. Josh Allen being on bye last week hurt me in the league. I have him in, and then I have Jaden Daniels in 2 leagues, and he is probably out this week. More than likely.
Oh, he's got to be done this week.
Like, he's going to be at least for a week or two with a hamstring injury. So they've got him listed as questionable right now, which I don't have any questions. I saw how bad he got hurt last week. And you were a high jumper. I'm sure you pulled your hamstrings a couple times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They don't just get better.
They do. It takes a little bit.
Yeah. You think like, oh, I pulled it. Like, give me a couple days and it'll stop being pulled.
Yeah.
No, I tore both mine playing softball. That's
fun.
Yeah. That's what started the rebirth of Fat Paul. But I was the skinny, like, he knows, like, thin in shape Paul. I was a machine. And then the rebirth of Fat Paul started with tearing both my hamstrings playing softball.
Well,
because I thought I wasn't, at the time I was 39, almost 40. I thought I was like
unstoppable.
19 again.
Yeah.
I was feeling really good.
Fair.
In one day, this is what I did. I took a spin class, I played tennis, and I played 4 games of softball. And at the very end of the 4th game, pop.
Oh, no.
Yes. I really overdid it. I was so proud of myself until rounding 3rd. Pop. Then I was like, oh, you're a dumbass. You're an absolute dumbass. You're absolutely, this is the stupidest thing you've ever done. Like, when I was laying on the ground and former Major League pitcher Arthur Rhodes is standing over me. Like, hey, you all right, buddy? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm trying not to cry. I'm really trying not to cry. There's all these dudes here and I'm going to cry. Like, there's so much pain. It's so much pain. Then my friend who was playing left field did come and tag me out because I talked noise the whole time because we were drilling his team. And he did come and tag me out. And people were like, man, that's me. He's like, no, you don't know this guy.
Yeah.
He will crawl home.
Was it a bad slide or you just
No, I was just rounding 3rd, like, going hell-bent for leather.
You were just
boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I'm an athlete again.
Was this last year?
Remember when you were 19? Well, actually, 19 would have been good because I was my freshman in college and drinking a lot of beer. But remember when you were 12?
Yeah.
It's just like that day.
Oh, it's just not like that
Nothing
day
has changed
anymore.
at
You get
all.
40.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So I just know that, like, we're not going to see Jaden Daniels this week. We're not going to, like, there's a couple of big injuries.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans. That one breaks my heart because I love Mike Evans.
I know,
You're an Aggie. I know you love Mike Evans. He is, in my opinion, the greatest Tampa Bay Buccaneer of all time. Garrett, do you agree with that?
Man, I don't know about that one.
I mean, like, you've got Leroy Selman, him. Like, if you were talking about the greatest, it'd be Leroy Selman, him, Warren Sapp.
I mean,
Derek Brooks.
You had
John Lynch.
Like, man, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but it's like, I think he's up there. I think
he might be the best receiver.
Yeah, he's by far the best. He's the best offensive player of all time.
To be fair.
And the other thing is, like, so I used to live in Tampa, and there's a highway named after Leroy Selman because he was their most popular player ever to a point. I think they will do the same thing for Mike Evans because they love Mike Evans in Tampa. And he had just come back from a stupid-ass hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Almost made a great play and broke his collarbone.
Did he get a concussion too?
He might have, like,
I saw when he fell, he just like.
Yeah. Now, I've never broken my collarbone, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen in a lot of weird different ways being around sports in my life. And I knew it as soon as they showed him
land because he
like,
landed
when
on
he-
the shoulder.
when the
but then,
ball
like,
came
knocked
out of his
head.
hands, which never happens with Mike Evans, I was like, the only way that happens is if he hurt his shoulder. And then the way he was like laying on the ground and didn't want to roll over meant to me that like he couldn't push himself up on that arm because it was just too painful. And then they roll. It was just so sad. They like rolled him over, and I was like, oh man. And so that's a total bummer, especially if you have Mike Evans. Chris Godwin is still out.
And I don't even remember what his injury was.
He hurt his femur. They've been a little bit cagey about how bad it is. I think he'll come back eventually. I was able to pick him up in a league and put him in an IR spot. The IR spot is clutch. If you don't have one in your league, make sure your commissioner adds one for the next year. It really helps everybody out to just give you a couple decisions where you don't have to make it right away, especially when you get to the midpoint of the year, which we are.
Right.
That IR spot can be gold. Deebo Samuel was out last week. I don't know if he's going to be out again this week. He's kind of played through it, but he needed a week off. The top 3 wide receivers for Washington are all out, and Jaden Daniels. So, if you have the ability to put somebody who's out in an IR spot, you can pick up their backup and put him in at the very least, and then not really be saddled to having to make a decision for the rest of the year, like, oh, I'm going to drop this guy. He's going to be out 3 weeks. Somebody else is going to go get him because I'm desperate. If you have an IR spot or 2, then you can make those decisions and they're just there, and you don't have to risk losing a really good player for what's a temporary, or you have a really good player who's hurt 6 weeks. You're going to want him back. And so you just put him there, and then you wait your 6 weeks and you put him back in and then drop
and
that
then they
scrub.
score 0 like Kittle. That's okay. That's okay.
I mean, you're hurt a little bit?
I mean,
from that?
it's fine. It's fine. He's out there, but I'm going to need him to step.
Yeah. I think this would be a good segment to do. We'll start it this week. I'll kind of call it Who Hurt You? And then you can tell me.
I will tell you. I'll list them.
Yeah. Who hurt you, Caroline?
George Kittle.
George Kittle hurt you. What do you want to say to George Kittle?
Don't hurt me anymore.
Okay.
Whoever Krusky married. Bill, you really hurt me.
Yeah. He hurt me too.
Dallas Goedert, you hurt me.
Yeah.
And Booker, you hurt me. Michael Penix Jr., because I only had no other choice. You hurt me.
I told you to pick him up, and Aaron Rodgers was the balls the other night.
I know. So I picked him up and dropped off Penix.
Yeah.
I think those are the only people that hurt me.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see who hurt me.
Kyler Williams, he hurt me.
Okay.
8.5.
Okay. Let's see who hurt me
Whatever
last week.
While you're thinking of that, you didn't mention Antonio Brown as one of the top Bucks receivers.
Oh, no, I did not.
Must have slipped your mind.
Yeah. The minute that you go and hang out with Kanye,
the minute that you take off your shirt in the middle of the football game and do jumping jacks across the field during the game to leave the stadium.
Yeah, no,
I think your time is over.
That was all bad. That was all bad.
I was at the airport when I was watching that. So I was like, what is he doing? Not surprised.
Yeah. No, the my rule of thumb is that if you hear somebody be like, hey, I was talking to my best friend Kanye West, and you're like, no,
I'm gonna remove myself from this conversation.
No, that's not good. We don't need to be talking to Kanye West. Jane Daniels, you hurt me last week. Kamani Vidal, you hurt me.
Yes.
You hurt me. Brian Thomas, you hurt me. Matthew Golden, you hurt me because I put you in after your first good week of your career, and you hurt me. So they hurt me. Let's go to this other one.
Let's go to who we hurt.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
Who made us hurt?
Actually, nobody really. Bill Krosky Merritt hurt me too, and Ashton Genty. I never thought I would say this to Ashton. He's a friend of our show.
Friend of the show.
We know, our regular show, 365 Sports. We've had Ashton on a couple times. If we had known, he had his own media day in Vegas last year because he was too young to go into the casinos, and had Boise State told us about it, Garrett and I would have stayed
all day. Yeah.
Yeah. We would have stayed the extra day, but we didn't know. And then we're on a plane, and I looked at my phone and I showed Garrett. I'm like, look at this. We could have been hanging out. It would have been just us.
Yep.
And Ashton Genty going to Circus, a place where kids can go.
Heck yeah. That would have been a great time.
I think that would have been a fun
For
video
sure.
to
It's
do.
been a hell of a memory. Yeah.
Yeah, the next time there's a media days in Vegas that there's something, I'm going to pitch that to somebody. But he hurt me last week too, but I forgive him. There are a lot of bye weeks this week too.
Yeah, and I'll say one more thing. AJ Brown hurt me because he decided he was going to be involved in the offense this week with his 28.1 points.
Yeah.
Who I left on the bench.
Yeah.
So he hurt me by tricking me in previous games. Therefore, I didn't play him, and then I lost my game.
I say the Eagles hurt a lot of people.
Yeah,
they're a lot
because they tricked me.
Yeah. So, okay, this week the Cardinals, Lions, Jaguars, Raiders, Rams, and Seahawks all on bye, and that means no Fantadlin, no Jahmyr Gibbs, no Amon-Ra St. Brown, no Jamison Williams, like guys like that. The Raiders being on bye, you probably won't notice. The Rams, which means, again, no Puka, but I think he'll be back pretty soon. The Seahawks is no Jackson Smith and Jigba, no Kenneth Walker, no Zach Charbonnet. I don't know if you're playing Sam Darnold. If you are, that means you don't have him. Kyler Murray's still out. Jaguars, they're okay, but like I think a lot of the players, like Brian Thomas, is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt anyway,
so
we'll see after the break on him. But but yeah, that's a lot of people that are on bye this week. 6 teams this week, 4 next week, and then it kind of goes 4-2-4.
So this is the Bye-Mageddon.
Yeah, this is Bye-Mageddon with six teams next week. And here's the thing. In week 9, the Browns and Jets are on bye, so that doesn't hurt most people at all. Like,
great.
Yeah, good, fine, whatever.
Nobody cares.
But also the Eagles and Bucks, which is a lot of good players. As well. So, and then you get in what I do think is a really tough one in week 10. The Bengals, who have a lot of players you're going to play, like Chase Brown and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. The Cowboys, who are a juggernaut on offense, and the Chiefs, all on bye in week 10. And also the Titans. So, well, bummer, but that's
gonna be a bad week for me. I better prepare.
The next 2 bye weeks, next 2-3 bye weeks are really, really kind of rough. So make sure you are set up, because then that gets into where we're almost to playoff time. And
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, you got to earn it. All right, so let's go into some starts and sits, Caroline. So Bo Nix, who it's funny to me. And I know that you're you're more of an NFL person than a college football person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a football person, in general.
Yeah.
But Garrett and I have talked about this before, where there's people who only lightly watch college football, and then when guys get in the pros and do things that they did when they were in college, they're like, "Oh wow, I didn't know that about Bo Nix." If you watched Bo Nix for any stretch of his career, you knew that I knew that fourth quarter with the Giants was coming, because he wasn't really playing that well. And what Bo Nix did when he was at Auburn, and then at Oregon, he was just good all the time. But when he was at Auburn, he'd be bad for 3 quarters, where you're like, who is this guy and why? Like, what's happening? And then, as soon as the guys walk around with the 4 up, and fourth quarter, it's fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Bo Nix is like, we're playing, let's go, and I'm gonna do some crazy stuff.
It's so weird.
It's Bo Nix in the fourth quarter is like Will Ferrell in the debate scene in Old School. You know what I'm talking about? Where he wins the debate, and then he's like, I blacked out. What happened? That's Bo Nix in the fourth quarter. And so last week, when he just came charging back against the Giants, I was watching, and I was like, I know that was gonna happen. I knew it like I knew my name, that was gonna happen. And you have him to start, and I think it's brilliant this week against the Cowboys.
Yep.
Now the Cowboys are a tough out because of that offense.
Yep.
They're a tough out, but their defense is still not very good. In spite of what you saw last week, it was no starters playing for most of the game for Washington. But yeah, I'm a big Bo Nix fan, and I think this is going to be a quarterback shootout between Dak and Bo.
I know. I'm gonna have to try to steal him from somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, trade him.
Yeah. Would you go to a boutique named Dak and Bo's?
Dak and Bo's for sure.
Yeah, Dak and Bose. Doesn't that sound like a nice little, like a boutique or like a
Yeah, you make it
like
work.
a little brunch spot?
A little club, yeah.
Yeah, like
Dak and Bose.
Dak and Bose. Like
Mimosas at Dak and Bo's.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like
Bodax.
yeah, Bodax is maybe
Bodax.
their sports bar,
Yeah.
but like Dak and Bose, if you were like Dak and let's go to Dak and Bose, like they have brunch on Sundays. They have a little cute little pop up, little Dak and Bose. Oh man,
Oh, Dak and Bose.
yeah,
It's like
I know.
Dave and Buster's,
My-
Dak and Bose.
Yeah, my wife would go to a place called Dak and Bose.
Oh, she would definitely go.
Yeah, she would be like, oh, they have the sweaters. Like in the fall, they'd start their sweater line.
Oh.
Get that Dak and Bose sweater. So
Oh, it could turn into a bougie little.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think
bougie little
so.
boutique.
I mean, that doesn't encapsulate the personality of either Dak Prescott or Bo Nix,
No,
but I do
just-
think that if
it's
they
a good
decided
name.
to do it,
Why not?
yeah, I know. So this is my official elevator pitch to you guys. If you're
Oh,
if
okay.
you're watching, Dak and Bo get together, have a little boutique business.
Yeah, I'll run it.
Yeah, here we go.
There we go.
Start Rashad White. Emeka Ibuka played last week, so that's good news for the Bucks because they haven't had a lot of good news wide receiver wise with Evans and Godwin now being out for long periods of time. Bucky Irving, still no Bucky Irving.
Still no Bucky.
I really need him back in one league, but Rashad White's been doing very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Save for Monday night against the Lions, but the Lions are awesome. So sometimes you're not going to have the best night, but Rashad White is a good start this week.
Right.
Yeah.
And Emeka Ibuka, I mean, I got to play him.
Yeah. Chris Olave. This one,
Is interesting.
you put this one up. Okay, why did you pick Chris Olave? I'll give you why you may have stumbled onto a brilliant move here.
Okay. The offense is up, and it seems that he's like the focal point of the offense. And he's been getting 10 plus points in at least every game that he's played so
Yes.
far.
So I will tell you why you've also stumbled into this. The Saints are not good.
Right.
Their offense is getting better, but they don't have good quarterbacks on the roster. They're likely going to be a high pick and try to get a quarterback next year. Chris Olave is their most, because Alvin Kamara doesn't want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Olave is their most tradable player. And wide receivers, not to knock Chris Olave, he's a really good player. He's one of the many guys who came from Ohio State. But if you need a wide receiver right now and you want to send a second or third round draft pick to the Saints, they'll gladly take it for Chris Olave. And so I think you're seeing his volume go up because they want to trade him in 2 weeks before the deadline. So, which will for a couple weeks make his value drop as he adjusts the new system, unless he goes somewhere where there's a coach that runs it that knows him.
Right.
But I do think that Chris Olave is likely on a different team in the next couple weeks because the Saints need to compile draft picks, and he is their, outside of Alvin Kamara, who doesn't want to leave, who is well addicted to gumbo and doesn't see a life outside of New Orleans, then I think you got to go with Chris Olave. T. Higgins, in spite of the fact he went to Clemson, T. Higgins has always been one of my favorite players. And Joe Flacco, Caroline,
Yes,
for us 40-year-olds,
seems to like him.
he's a hero.
Yeah.
He's a hero. Joe Flacco doesn't round third at full speed.
No.
Joe Flacco knows his limitations. Joe Flacco's tougher than me, though, because he gets hit by gigantic, super athletic defensive linemen. And when he gets up and says, give me a shot of Metamucil and let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. So he has been kind of a godsend for fantasy football people, because here's the deal about Joe Flacco. He doesn't care anymore. He wants to win. All he wants to do is win.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about, he has no agenda. There's nothing about Joe Flacco. He's just I've got T. Higgins. I've got Jamar Chase.
Yep.
I've got Chase Brown. Let's grip it and rip it. Let's go. I love it. And as a middle-aged man myself, he's the hero of all of us.
I love it.
When we go to the middle-aged man meetings, we talk about how awesome Joe Flacco is and how we wish Aaron Rodgers was not such a weirdo creep.
Correct.
Because we would be happy for him too.
Would?
But he's not Aaron Rodgers, not a guy I think you can hang out with and not be annoyed.
Nah, he crossed the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little odd.
I would love to you'd think like, you know what, this guy's different. He's kind of got crazy ideas, but like sometimes those guys are fun to hang out with. Now he'd be one of those guys who are like, hey, let me tell you about aliens and the COVID vaccine. You're like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God. Okay. I don't want to hear this. This is a player. Next up, Roma Dunze. This is one of Garrett and I's. We share an affinity for Roma Dunze back to when he was at Washington. Did not have a big week last week in spite of the Bears winning again, but he has really emerged as Caleb Williams' -- target. And I have him in a league. I wish I had him in every league. I love Roma Dunze, but and they have just a lot of weapons there. He and DJ Moore being on the field at the same time, Luther Burden and Colston Loveland. The Bears are figuring out ways with Ben Johnson, but he really seems to like Roma Dunze.
Yeah, and they play the Ravens, which even though they're just coming off a bye, so
but their defense
may be better, but their defense isn't the best.
Yeah,
but it could have gotten better just from rest. So
yeah,
but
okay. Yeah, I threw one in here. Jake Ferguson.
Oh, well, that's a no question.
He is now I don't know if he's the #1 tight end across most leagues, but
I think he might be.
But because of the way the Cowboys are just so explosive, and he's catching at least 5-6 balls a week, and in the red zone, they are looking for Jake Ferguson. He is the best tight end in the league that nobody talks about, and overshadowed. Obviously, if you watch CD and Pickens last week, you would probably not talk about Jake Ferguson. But in a fantasy football sense, where you have to have a position that's very feast or famine, he's a feaster. He is feasting right now.
Yeah, he is feasting.
Yes.
Killing it.
And let's get into our sits. A guy who hurt us both, Bill Krosky-Merritt, this week. You don't like the matchup, do you?
No. Playing the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs. Yeah.
And I watched that game.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Chiefs are very good. They're an excellent defense. He's one of the only starters who's going to be playing, so there's no other weapons to really alleviate that. They kind of abandoned the run when they fell behind last week.
It's just him and Zach Ertz, man.
That's all they have. Exactly. Yeah. That's all they have right now. So, so we're sitting Bill Krosky-Merritt almost out of spite too.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think spite's a good reason.
we doubted him, and then we gave him courage.
Yeah.
And then now we're doubting him.
Yeah.
It's just a cycle.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Hopefully he's not in the who hurt me by him having a big, for Garrett's sake, as a Washington fan, maybe I hope that he is. If he hurts us this week, it's because he did well.
Yes.
So,
then he has something against us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is rude.
This is another spite pick for Caroline. Michael Penix Jr. I hurt you last week. I told you to pick up Michael Penix Jr. over Aaron Rodgers, and that was ultimately not the best advice. So we're new friends.
You hurt me.
I hurt you. We are very new friends, but I don't want to start out our friendship on a bad thing where you don't trust me.
I still trust you.
Okay, thank you. That's good. You can't have a fantasy football show with somebody you don't trust.
No, at all. Not at all.
You can't. I mean, it's a bad.
It would be trash.
It's a bad thing. He was just, I don't know. He's very hit or miss. It's bye weeks coming up, so you may have to play him, but if you don't have to, don't.
Well, I picked up Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. You did. Yeah. And that was good. That was good. You also have sit Jalen Waddle.
Mainly because they play the Falcons.
Yeah. The Dolphins.
And the teams are terrible. The team is terrible.
It's just bad. It's just bad. They're eventually going to fire their coach.
Yeah.
A guy I've always been entertained by, but I mean, it's just not working out. It's a very poorly run organization.
Yeah. And I do love Waddle. He had those cool dances.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Waddle.
He waddles.
He waddles.
Yeah.
As one would.
Here's the deal. A lot of guys I was a pet peeve of mine. Everybody does the gritty. Oh, yeah. Everybody does what is this one? The milk cow dance. What do you call this one? Like that.
Yeah, I don't know the names.
It looks like they're milking a cow. I don't know what it is though. There's that one. A lot of guys have started doing the Trump dance. There's there's a lot of guys are doing the bow and arrow or the sword thing. I don't like the sword thing.
That's a seatbelt.
What?
That's a seatbelt.
Oh, that's a seatbelt?
Yeah, you're locking somebody down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like you're putting your sword in your
Nah,
sheath.
you put your seatbelt on.
Oh man.
What about the fake hamstring injury new dance?
Oh yeah, that one.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. No.
I know.
I think that each team needs to hire a dance consultant, someone who knows and that choreographs something for their individual personality.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it was
It's fun when they all get on the ground and they do like sledding or whatever, and they're just fun stuff.
The Vikings had a good thing going last year where they had they would practice. It was part of their team building.
Yeah.
The touchdown celebrations, and it was awesome. It was great. They need to keep doing that. Every team needs that kind of person on the squad. But I started to feel this, and this is I know this is old man crap right here, but I started to feel it when everybody was hitting the dab.
Oh yeah.
And like I still see when they pan across crowds, people hit the dab, and I'm like, what year do you think it is? What? I mean,
They're doing a throwback. They're throwing it back to the dab.
Yeah. Were that like? Do you think the Black Eyed Peas are still together? Is that why you're doing this?
It's possible.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just they're not together. They're not getting back together. If you were a Black Eyed Peas fan.
Yeah, definitely. They need some dance coaches.
Yeah. So they need. There
needs to be choreographed.
Yeah. And look, there's plenty like Taylor Swift isn't on tour right now.
Hello.
So she's got choreographers that need gigs.
Exactly. She should lend them.
Yeah. So they can do that. You know, if you're not on tour, you're not in, like, hey, bring in one of these people, have them teach you how to like create a dance for you. That way it's original and you're not just doing the same thing as everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. This world craves originality.
Yeah.
Everything's a remake of a remake of a remake.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Thank you.
So we should propose this to the NFL.
Yeah. No.
Officially, this is what we're doing.
The next time I run across Roger Goodell,
Yep.
I'm going to make it a rule.
As you should.
Yeah. I've been in a room with him several times.
A really, really big room?
Really, yes, a very big room. Yeah, very big room. One time on media day at the Super Bowl, he walked right past me, but I didn't see it.
Oh, dang. Too bad.
The guy who was with me was like, hey, Roger Goodell just walked right past you.
I was like, oh. Wow, I basically met him.
That wasn't as nerve-wracking as Tom Brady at the urinal right next to me.
Oh.
That one was that was like, you know, you're just there and you're like, oh.
You're like,
yeah. Hey.
Hello.
Good
day,
I could
mate.
do a coffee table book.
You like turn it, you like start a new accent all of a sudden, you like can't speak English.
I was just like, oh, hey.
Nice ring.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want, like, I'm not a urinal talker, but then I'm worried, like, what if Tom Brady's a urinal talker? Then the only conversation I may ever have with Tom Brady is while we're both peeing. Like,
and
that's
it's
not
in your
something
whole head.
I want to remember.
You had a great conversation with Tom Brady in your head.
Yeah.
It's just no words came out.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just, but I mean, like, I'm sitting there and like, I don't want to talk because it's at the urinal, but like, I don't know what if he's like, hey man, where are you from? And then I'm like,
is it typical to talk or is it awkward to talk? Just in general.
No, Garrett, you don't.
I'm not a talker.
No, some people are.
I just handle business and roll out.
And look, I could do a coffee table book because we go to the Super Bowl at Radio Row every year. I could do a coffee table book of people I've been in the urinal with.
Oh, yeah.
This year was, the Workaholics. Like those guys like Anders and Blake and Adam Devine. Yeah. They're comedians and they had a show comedy with Workaholics.
Phenomenal show.
I was in there with them and they were all talking to each other. And then I was just like, well, this is so weird because I'm now in the middle of a conversation of three people who know each other. That I'm huge fans of all these guys because they're so funny and they're so good. But I was just like, finish peeing, Paul. Finish peeing. Come on, Paul. Finish peeing. Keep going. Like, I waited too long. Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, the Backstreet Boys. That was in, I want to say were you there when the Backstreet Boys were there?
I wasn't at Atlanta. I was producing from the studio at Atlanta.
Yeah, I can't remember. Like, maybe you might have been. I don't know where. The Backstreet Boys were at one recently. Like 3 of them. Mm-hmm. When I lived in Tampa, Nick Carter actually dated a friend of mine. And so I wanted to tell him this but I was just going to wait until like sometimes they pass and there's nobody around. I'm like, hey, can I tell you something? Weird story. Remember when you dated this girl? Yeah, she was a really good friend of mine. And then you broke up with her and I thought it was hilarious. But but it was like right before you guys got like really big. But anyway, I didn't get to do that because the only time I saw him was him and AJ and Kevin. I can't believe I know all the names of the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah,
I'm pretty impressed.
Like him and AJ and Kevin were just all in the urinal, like the workaholics, and they're talking to each other. And then I'm just like, oh, why? Of all this encounter, like I'm just sitting here in the bathroom at a urinal, staring at the wall.
You have to
and it's
have
like,
content prepared for bathroom talk.
exactly.
Bathroom urinal
and
talk.
all I can think is like Backstreet's back. All right.
Yeah, you should have done it. I'm kind of mad.
Everybody.
Oh, here we go. We got a whole other concert.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Well,
I sometimes I just be like, is this weird to you guys that like you're in here talking and I'm waiting for you guys to like harmonize? So anyway, that was a very weird tangent that I don't apologize for. Ads this week. If you see this guy in a urinal, add him.
And tell him you added him.
Yeah. Xavier Leggett. Hey, thanks. I'm adding you to the fantasy team. He is getting better each week. Andy Dalton will start at quarterback for the Panthers. And Andy spreads the ball around a little bit more. So you'll have him. You always have Tedero McMillan, but he had a huge catch share last week, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
I think, 10 receptions or something like that?
Yeah, he got, what did he score? Like 24.2 points. 9 receptions.
Yeah.
11 targets, 92 yards. Yeah.
So he was there. And I will add another one to this list that I accidentally deleted on the slides. Aronde Gadsden Jr., rookie tight end for the Chargers. Huge week last week. He's the starter now. And last week you could get him easily almost in any league you were in. This week, maybe not so much, but if you need a tight end, Aronde Gadsden Jr., that's your guy. Go get him. That's our start, sits, and ads. Caroline, anything else to add this week?
Would you play Leggett over Bill?
This week, yeah, maybe.
That's what I would do too.
Yeah, in the flex spot, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leggett over
do we have any defense suggestions?
Who's your defense right now?
Well, they're on a bye. Seahawks.
Okay. Seahawks.
So they say like the Buccaneers are going to be good, or
yeah.
I don't know.
I always, in the leagues I have defense with, I kind of stream it where I change all the time.
I do too.
And I just go by who is playing the crappiest offense.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times you can say like, who's playing the Jets this week?
Bengals.
So yeah, the Bengals defense, which is not a great defense.
Yeah.
I do like the Chargers defense versus Minnesota this week. The 49ers defense against Houston. Houston's offense hasn't been very good.
Bucks are playing the Saints.
Yeah. The Bucks against the Saints. That's a reasonably good one. And so, yeah, that's about all that are going to be available more than likely. So yeah. But yeah, the Chargers, the Bucks, and the 49ers, all good pickups this week. And the Bengals, because they're playing the Jets, and who's playing Cleveland. Okay, so yeah. So that's who I would pick up this week there.
What do you think about Mangione? Kyle Mangione?
Mononganai?
Mononganai? Who's
Kyle
Mangione?
Mononganai. Yeah.
Did I just make that
From
up?
the Bears, I would pick him up and stash him. I think he's eventually going to be their starter. Yeah.
Is there somebody named Mangione?
Yeah, the guy who
coach.
shot the CEO. Luigi Mangione.
Luigi.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not Luigi, Mr.
No, he's
Kyle.
not. I was like, Luigi, like, what do I think about
I just
it? Like,
read it. And
listen, I don't think murdering billionaire CEOs is the answer, but I hope he gets a fair trial just because I think all Americans are entitled to it.
I looked at it, I was like,
I
wait,
think
that
he
is
should
not
be in
St.
jail for a very long time.
Mangione. That's just what my
Yeah.
brain went to.
I don't think he's going to help your fantasy football team. And
I watch a little too
unless
much
he's,
true crime.
especially if he's going to go around murdering the billionaires, like that's really going to hurt a lot of fantasy football teams. So
Too much court TV.
yeah. So, but
I could try.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, he shouldn't have murdered that guy.
I
But,
shouldn't have.
yeah, he should have murdered that guy, but I don't think, he's not going to affect your fantasy football team at all, Luigi Mangione.
No, he's not.
No. If he does, our court system has failed us miserably.
Failed.
Miserably in that instance.
No. It's like, what is
Yeah,
that?
that's your true crime.
That is,
part
it's coming
out.
through. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
coming
true
through. I
crime.
can't
That's
hold it in.
True crime Carolina right there.
That's right.
Yeah, the bloody disgusting podcast, which I hope comes back one day.
I do too. I think it might will.
There's a
Nice.
lot of look, there is so much crime in this country.
There is.
That
I
nobody,
know too much about
that
it.
nobody talks about. So
Oh, well.
like there's cold cases and plenty of things that you can do.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So all right, that's gonna do it for us. Don't pick up Luigi and Mangione. Pick up Kyle Monunganai, which is a hard enough name to say. But yeah, Kyle Monunganai for the Bears. He's the backup running back. He had a good week last week, a really good week last week.
Yeah,
And I think you're going to see more and more of him. He's a good straight line runner, good low to the ground, big muscles.
exactly.
All that stuff.
Nothing.
That sounds like I was kind of flirting with him, but he is.
Well, he
He's a
looks
big
something
muscular-
like Mangione, so it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's not a hot guy murderer, but that
He's a hot guy
everybody
football
kind of got
player.
obsessed with for a little while there.
Yeah.
So,
He's got
but
fan
yes.
club.
So anyway, I'm Paul. She's Caroline. This is That Damn Fantasy Show. Give us a like and follow. We'll see you next week.